What the hell is up, you fucking cunts? It's episode 64 of Resident Bummer. Yahoo! That was my impression of Mario from Super Mario 64. I am still the Fulcrum, and I'm here. So, I guess I will be recording this episode for the next half an hour, 2 hour. By the way, episode 64 is obviously the 65th episode ever released. We cannot disrespect episode 0. Moving on to the mental health check. Like a 6 out of 10, I guess, for the week. Physical health check, still like a 9. Pretty awesome there. Motivation check. I don't know, like an 8. It's pretty darn censor myself. No, it's pretty damn late. Be evil for this recording. Just swear all the time, which is what I usually do. So, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna keep moving on. I guess I get to do this part. I'm so down on this part. I don't want to say this shit anymore, but here it goes. I am worthy of consideration. There you go. That was fun. Great. It's time to read the journal, so we can actually just do that. For some reason, my journal entry says Friday, April 10th. But when I looked, okay, that's why, because I mistook Thursday for Friday. Yes. This is Friday, April 10th, set 64, day 1. 5:20 p.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and edit episode 63 and set it for upload. And then I get a message from, if you remember, right before I recorded the last episode, I met someone new. I've named them Badours, Badourz, Badours. He asks how I'm doing. I say I'm doing better. Then I sit on my bed and cry. Maybe I lied. After I calm down, I play some more Cyberpunk until I end up changing for work. Also, I'm sweating right now. So, if I start running out of breath, it's because my room is too hot, too early in the year. Get dressed and drive in. Say hi to Rich, Ben, and Anna. The last two, Ben and Anna, they take off, and I'm just chilling with Rich for the rest of my shift. Talk a lot about Cyberpunk, and I do end up, I do end up crying at one point on my shift, but it's pretty brief. I almost just closed my journal. Whoopsies. 12:35 a.m. I get home after work and stream a little bit of Cyberpunk before I join a new server. I made it for me and Desmond to stream whatever games we're playing or whatnot, or if I ever want to stream a show or a movie, we can do that now. I do end up watching him play a little bit of Hollow Knight Silk Song until we swap over to Elden Ring and I help him kill Malekith in the crumbling Farum Azula area. Then we end up swapping over to Supermarket Simulator until I end up leaving and joining Badours in the G-Zone server. We had set up a play date. So I hopped on Darktide, and it was pretty fun. Also, Alex is in the voice channel with us, if you remember Alex. Julie ends up joining, too. I play the first 2 chapters until Badours is too sleepy to continue. Then I swap over to the Cool Tank after everybody leaves the voice channel, and I stream more Cyberpunk throughout the night. I also ask my dad about taxes, and we need to get those done, so I make some chicken tenders and chill out for like an hour or 2 as we work on my taxes. At some point, I head back upstairs and head to bed, thank God. That was getting very boring. Moving on to Saturday, April 11th, set 64, day 2, 8:10 p.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and my parents take off out of town. When I get out of the shower, they are gone. I stream Cyberpunk all day while being really, really sleepy, and also my tummy hurts a little bit throughout the day. At one point, I do crawl into bed. I try just waking up while I'm in bed. Terrible idea. Kind of works, but not really, and I keep playing Cyberpunk. I just rustled my shades there, so I don't know if that picked up on the microphone. Question mark for this next entry. I can't really remember, anything of note happening the entire day. I swapped to the BBC server after a while and make some food throughout the day, but largely just a waste of time until I end up heading to bed. I do also work on my taxes, I think. I also finished 2 of the 4 Cyberpunk DLC endings. I think the first 2 endings I went for were siding with Songbird in the initial scuffle with Kurt Hansen in that one mission, and then eventually you get to the choice where you can help Songbird again, or you can actually reverse your decision and sell Songbird out to Reed. If you've played the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyways, I am helping out Reed for the special ending of the main campaign, so first I do have to do these 2 Songbird endings. Get those out of the way. Moving on to Set 64 Day 3. Oh my gosh, I didn't put my freaking phone into silent mode, which means that notification just buzzed the fuck out of the microphone. Anyways, Sunday, April 12th. Set 64 Day 3 at 1:45 p.m. I wake up, shit shower, brush, and chill out in my room with no shifts to work. I stream Cyberpunk for an hour or so, and then I have a really dumb idea. My dad texts me and asks if I'm working at all today. I do not reply, and I end up just dressing up in my work clothes as if I do have a shift, and I walk out to my car. I say goodbye to my parents, head out to the mall. Oh my goodness, the mall. I also spend like 15 minutes in the parking lot making this sign that I drew last week a bit better, but I don't really know what to do if it ends up working. I feel like I'm just going to end up hugging somebody, and then I just stand there until I sit back down, and then they'll leave. It's like I'm not going to be like, oh, let's exchange numbers or whatever. It's like I'm not confident enough to ask a complete stranger something like that. But anyways, you know what? I'm gonna tilt my microphone so it starts maybe sounding a bit better. There we go. That might help. Fucking idiot. Moving on to the next entry, which is where the fuck was I at? Oh yeah, I make the sign better. I hope I find some good songs today. Jack Stauber's Micropop. I think he has 2 different Spotify profiles with music on them, but there's Jack Stauber and then there's Jack Stauber's Micropop. And I think the former is better consistently. Micropop isn't terrible. I think his full albums are a little bit better on average. The singles and EPs are where it's at for the Micropop, though, from what I listened to. 2:40 p.m. I also finish Jack Stauber's Micropop and swap to Madonna. Eric from the Regulation Podcast highly recommended Madonna, if I'm remembering correctly. He's also the reason I went through Sublime, so I figured I would trust him again. 3:25 p.m. She's actually got some pretty good songs. My favorite so far is Love Don't Live Here Anymore on her Like a Virgin album. That's a pretty good song. I don't know what I'm going to do through, I don't know who I'm going to go through next, music-wise. As I was journaling, though, I remembered I'm going to probably go through Good Kid next, because Penny recommended them, and I ain't got nothing better to go through. I have a notepad in my phone with like 300 different musical artists that I just have jotted down. Like, maybe I'll go through them one day. And sometimes when I'm scrolling through it, like, I can't find a single name in there where I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll listen to them. I have a difficult time deciding, I guess, a lot of the time. Let's see. Moving on, 3:55 p.m. I take off from the mall after I finish the album from Who's That Girl? Wait, what? Oh, the movie. I see. The Madonna album that was featured in Who's That Girl? At 8:50 p.m. I drive home, work on my taxes for a little bit more. Then I end up streaming some more Cyberpunk, who'd have guessed, until Judd joins and we start the movie Tombstone. I asked anybody in the server 0 if anybody wanted to watch a movie, and typically Chud is the only one who replies. There's one other person that sometimes replies, but they are not great at like locking down a specific date or like fully committing. I'm also not good at fully committing, so I can't blame them. Jack joins a little while into the film, and we have plans to continue Twin Peaks afterwards. I do invite the BBC server to watch Hunter x Hunter with me and Penny the next time we eventually start it up. But I do remember that's the final entry for this day of journal entries, but I remember me and Jack did watch that episode of Twin Peaks, and then I probably streamed some more Cyberpunk until I go to bed. Anyways, we're moving on. Monday, April 13th, set 64. My mouth is full of fucking spit right now. I'm sure I sound like a retard. Okay, there we go. Set 64, day 4, 2:45 p.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and stream some Cyberpunk for a while. I start in server 0, and then I ask anybody in there if they want to watch the film The Man from Earth. Then I swap to the BBC server at some point. Julian, if you remember him, says in general chat that I'm hanging out in call if anybody wants to join me. And I'm like, oh my god. Oh god. After a couple of hours, I do make some brats and swap over to the G-Zone server. Also, my mom assures me that I need to find a job throughout the day. I really do. I cannot disagree, but I don't really know what I would prefer doing compared to my current employment. And literally, like, everything that is suggested, my mind immediately goes, oh, add that to the list of things I definitely don't think I want to do for a living. I don't know. I do have to try changing to something, I think, at some point, but fuck, man, I don't even know what or where or when. It's gonna take some real fucking kicks to the ass, I guess, to get me moving. Moving on, 4:25 p.m. I finished the last 2 endings of Phantom Liberty. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot what that meant. Now I just gotta finish the game 5 different times. I made sure to save Songbird for the 5th ending. Pretty good DLC. Also a decent finale song for the DLC. Overall, I recommend. Small map, but a lot to do in it. I definitely recommend. Yep, in the journal, I just had to repeat that, of course. 6:55 p.m. At some point, Julie joins the voice channel, and we talk for a bit. I grab a soda, and Badurs is in the call. When I'm back, we ask each other how we are doing. He says that we should play some more Darktide. I say yes, and then he hops off to eat. Julie says bye, before he does, though. Oh, excuse me, I just fucking smacked the pop filter, and it vibrated into the grate. I swap to the Cool Tank and stream some more Cyberpunk, the DLC ending to the main storyline. I just call Reed up, and he's like, yeah, come visit me, and then he tells you you're fucked for the rest of your life when the operation is done. And it takes 2 years. You go into like a 2-year coma, you wake up, and Reed is like, yeah, we fucked you up real good, son, but you'll be alive. And not a great ending, I mean, it's a good ending, but your character gets fucked over. Moving on, 9:20 p.m. Jack and Chud join at the same point, and Chud streams Supercar 64. Chud and Jack, I don't think that's the name of the game, but it's essentially you're controlling a car, driving around a map, picking up like basically stars from Super Mario 64, but there was something else I can't remember. Anyways, Chud and Jack hop off after a while, and I am invited to hang at Jack's lake house in like a month. I'm gonna drive out and meet them. I'm gonna meet Jack, Chud, and Charles. If you remember Charles, little known figure on the podcast. He hasn't showed up in a while, but I'm too lazy to figure out when I last mentioned him. ? Anyways, I hop off the call and stream some more Cyberpunk. I do follow through with Takamura's ending to finish the night. long as fuck, though. I don't actually finish it. I'm in like the very final sequences of the ending, and I just have to go to bed because I'm too tired. Moving on, Tuesday, April 14th, set 64, day 5, 1:55 p.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and try to wake up while laying in bed. Listen to the Regulation podcast while I get ready, and then I drive into work. I say hi to Anna, Tina, Ben, and clock on. I get to work. It's so much fun, dude. Just kidding. It's actually a boring day, but I don't think I really ended up hating any of it. At 4:15 p.m., a whole lot of nothing happens. Then Ben goes on his break. I cover the front counter, and not much happens. A very pretty girl does come in to buy some gum. She's wearing a turquoise top. Nothing else exciting happens at work. And moving on, 6:55 p.m. I clock off, drive home, apply to a job or two after my mom encourages me. Again, I really wish I knew what I wanted to do for a living. And I wish I also had some motivation to go and figure that out. But everything ends up sounding like a fucking hot pile of garbage. I don't know. Moving on, 9:30 p.m. I start streaming Cyberpunk. I apply for another position that my mom told me about. Then the BBC server gets a few people joining. We say hi, and they start playing their games until my parents take off and I get a soda. Then I get back and grab another soda. 11:35 p.m. Then I get back? Wait, I think I might have. They get back from wherever they went, and I don't know. Moving on, 11:35 p.m. I hop out of the BBC server and start streaming in the Cool Tank. After a few minutes, Jack ends up joining with Chud. I ask if they ask me if I want to watch a Minecraft parkour movie. Excuse me, I was stumbling over my words there. I do watch the stream, and they are the last 40 minutes of the movie. It's an extremely tense movie, and I am on the edge of my seat the entire time. It's super dramatic and very over-the-top acting. After it's over, they end up hopping off, but we all notice a sequel that's been released. Oh my goodness, another movie night maybe with a Minecraft parkour movie. Anyways, I hop out of the Cool Tank and into the G-Zone server. I keep streaming, and I do Pan Am's ending. At one point, I almost cry, but I do not. I've been feeling better, I think, ? I don't know. Moving on to set 64, day 6, Wednesday, April 15th. 3:30 p.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and stream my final Cyberpunk achievements. I also tell Penny that I can stream a new playthrough of Cyberpunk for her if she wants to see the beginning of the game and the character creator and the blah 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 and what exactly the game's story is about. I think it's easier to get that context when you watch the intro at least or see it played. She says that she is free to hang out sometime on Saturday, and I also swap into the BBC server. Then I chill out, and I also forget to mention that I finished the Regulation podcast. Episode 101 released today, but I finished it last night, so I am back on the Rooster Teeth podcast, going through, I typically, I'll swap back and forth between the Rooster Teeth podcast and the Regulation podcast. There's 500 to 600 good episodes of the Rooster Teeth podcast, and then it just ends up getting shitty, towards the near end. The last 100 or 200 episodes are not great, I wouldn't say, but who am I to say? I didn't make them. I didn't have any hand in making them. But yeah, I'm back on the Rooster Teeth podcast. I'm going to be going through the next 500 episodes of that. That's fun. 4:55 p.m. I search for another game to play while thinking about how good Cyberpunk actually was. I'm going to try playing Ghostwire Tokyo. Desmond saw it on Game Pass and wanted to try playing it, but I might end up swapping to Hades 2, or Balatro, or Pillars of Eternity, or Clair Obscur, or something else. Question mark for this next entry. I try out, Ghostwire Tokyo. It is a weird game, but it's not bad, I wouldn't say. I just need to give it a little more time, see if it's any better after that. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I cannot get into Clair Obscur. It seems like a perfectly fine game, but everything in my gut like as I'm running around, I'll load it up and like within 5 minutes, my body is just like overwhelmingly annoyed. It's like, get off of this game and play something else, please. None of this is appealing to me. I don't know. It's not my kind of game, I guess. I spend the rest of the night playing Ghostwire Tokyo and then a little bit of Pacific Drive, just like a car repair survival game. Also play a bit of Hades, and I download Hades 2. I do want to try Baldur's Gate 1 and Baldur's Gate 2, but maybe I'll save that for tomorrow. I go to bed after a decent day, and we're moving to Set 64, Day 7. This is Thursday, April 16th, God's greatest day of the week. 1:15 p.m. I wake up, shit, shower, brush, and wake up listening to the Rooster Teeth podcast. 2:15 p.m. I get dressed for work and drive in, say hi to Anna, Rich, and Tina. I clock on and get to work. Anna is an idiot today, just like every other day that I've worked with her. I just thought it was important to share that again, though. Work sucks. I think it is a bit too much. 3:20 p.m. I spend a bit too much time running through my thoughts, and eventually I open a text from my sister in my family group chat of my baby nephew, and I start to cry for a very brief amount of time. I do get it under control soon after, but at 4:15 p.m., less than like an hour later, I am crying again, which not great, but oh well. When I clock off, I rush home because I see that my mom is not there. If I am fast enough, I can record this whole entire episode without her showing up. Let's try. Moving on to 5:55 p.m., I get intensely angry when I hear the garage door open. I was like 10 seconds away from starting the recording, and my mom just has to show up out of nowhere. I'm extremely dissatisfied, I can't lie. Just like very... What a buzzkill, man. I was so hyped to record, use my outside voice. But now, I get to sound like shit tonight, whispering into the fucking microphone. I've actually tried to keep my volume at a decent amount, just to, it'd be nice if I could. It's probably the shittiest thing I've ever said on this podcast. I was going to make a joke. It'd be nice if I kept my voice raised and just accidentally woke my mom up, just so she had a shitty day at work tomorrow or something. It's like, oh wow, so you're just, man, Fulcrum, you're just like the worst fucking piece of shit to ever exist, huh? Yeah. I get to sound like shit tonight. I already read that. I do flip on the music that I was playing right before I left work, and it is a song by the creator or artist Yummy, Y-U-M-I, Yummy, called Dance. The song is called Dance. I really like the song. I think it's a fucking great song. And I end up reading along with the lyrics until the artist sings the lyrics as follows. Try, but I keep doing wrong. I'm flying, but I'm all alone. Ooh, oh. I just start crying after I read that part, and it's weird. I've listened to that song for like at least a couple of years, maybe 3 years now, but I don't really stop to analyze the lyrics most of the time. I just sort of let songs play, which I think I've mentioned it before on some episode of this podcast, but the overall sound of a song is always going to overshadow like the message or the theme or the lyrics every single time, almost across the board for me. So it is nice to take a good song that I've listened to for a while and just sit and look at the lyrics as they're being scrolled through as the song progresses. I don't know. I don't know how to... It's definitely... I don't know if I've ever like said this just out loud to another person in conversation, but it's... sitting there and like reading the lyrics is definitely different when it sounds lame to say, but I've never been like, I don't think I've ever been this sad or this type of sad before. So, the lyrics are definitely relatable a lot of the time. It's like, I try not to go for like the super duper like depressing songs where it's just people talking about, I don't know, like what, they want to fucking die and they want to fucking give up and they want to, everything's shitty and, you know, stuff like that. Let's see. I did kind of the same thing with the song Let It Go by Scatman John. If you've ever heard that song, that's a great song. I've listened to that one for years now, and I have paid attention to the lyrics before, because I've been listening to it for a while, but when I listened to it like a half a year ago, like after I started losing my fucking mind, the lyrics do go they go like crazy hard, bro. It's like, oh my god, Scatman, you're reading my mind right now. Moving on, 10:45 p.m. Anyways, I streamed Baldur's Gate 1 for a long-ass time after work. Good game. Baldur's Gate 1, I'm getting into it. Until I send a bunch of song recordings into BBC, or recommendations, into the BBC server. I don't know if anybody's going to listen to them, but it is nice to just dump them. Now I do have to record. I hope my dad is asleep. He is asleep, but it doesn't matter, because I'm done. Or not yet. I still have to do the outro, but I'm basically done. Man, what is this week's rating? What would I rate this week out of 10? This week was like 7. 7 sounds good. Word count is 98,054 words journaled. Gonna go ahead and end it right about now. Am I really making a podcast, or am I just jerking off?